Respected listeners, before you take another sip of your morning drink tomorrow, I want you to pause, because what I'm about to tell you could change the way your heart beats for the rest of your life. Every morning, millions of people unknowingly start their day with habits that silently wear down the very engine of their existence, their heart. But hidden among those habits lies one simple drink, one ancient, humble liquid that has been quietly protecting hearts for centuries, though most people never realize its power. You see, the heart doesn't scream when it's in danger. It whispers, a small flutter, a skipped beat, a little fatigue that you brush aside saying, it's just stress. But deep within, your arteries could be stiffening, your blood thickening, your heart struggling to push life through tired vessels. And yet, nature, in her quiet brilliance, has placed a remedy in plain sight. It's not a pill, it's not a supplement, it's a drink you can prepare before the sun fully rises, a drink that speaks to your body in the language of healing. When I was still a young doctor, I met an old man in a small coastal town. He was over 80, but his heart beat like it belonged to a man in his 40s. He walked daily, worked in his garden, and smiled like he knew a secret no one else did. I asked him what kept him so strong. He laughed softly and said, "Every morning I drink what my father drank. It's not fancy, but it keeps the fire inside me calm." At that time, I thought it was just one of those old tales doctors hear in villages. But years later, when science caught up to wisdom, I understood. This drink doesn't just hydrate, it awakens your cells, balances your blood, lowers the invisible flames of inflammation that silently scar your arteries. It helps your heart stay flexible, resilient, young. But here's what's heartbreaking. So few people start their day with it. Instead, we wake up and flood our bodies with caffeine, sugar, and stress before we even take a breath of peace. We're taught to rush, not to nourish. We chase energy but forget vitality. What I'm revealing today isn't some miracle cure. It's a return to how the body was designed to be cared for. You see, your heart isn't just a muscle, it's a storyteller. Every beat records your choices, your stress, your moments of gratitude, your hours of sleep, your laughter. And every morning when you drink something, you're telling your heart, this is how I'll treat you today. Imagine for a moment standing in your kitchen tomorrow at dawn, the world's still quiet. You pour this drink, you take the first sip, and instantly something in you feels right. Your chest feels lighter, your breath steadier, your day calmer. That's not imagination. It's chemistry aligned with care. It's the body recognizing something pure, something meant for it. Most people will never hear this message. They'll scroll past it, sip their usual coffee, and wonder why they're tired, anxious, or short of breath before noon. But you're here, listening, because a part of you already knows that health isn't found in quick fixes or expensive bottles. It's found in small, sacred rituals that respect the rhythm of your body. And in a few moments, I'll tell you exactly what this morning drink is and how it supports your heart naturally. Not by force, but by balance. But before that, I want you to understand something deeper. Because if your heart could speak, it wouldn't ask for medicine first. It would ask for peace. It would ask for a slower morning, for a drink that soothes instead of stimulates, for nourishment instead of noise. And that's exactly where our journey begins. Not with what you drink, but why you drink it. Let's go a little deeper. The heart, it's not just the organ that keeps you alive. It's the first sound you ever hear, and the last one to fade when life leaves the body. Every heartbeat is a message from your inner world, a whisper of how you've treated yourself. When the heart feels loved, nourished, and supported, it becomes stronger than any medicine can make it. But when it's flooded with stress, toxins, and tension, it begins to lose its rhythm, slowly, silently. That's why the first drink of the morning matters more than most people realize. It's not just hydration, it's communication. You're telling your cells, this is how we'll begin today. Most of us start with coffee or sweetened drinks, and in that moment, we spike our stress hormones, before we've even faced a single challenge. We push the accelerator without warming the engine. But there is another way, the way that wise healers and ancient cultures always understood. The drink I'm talking about is simple, natural. No artificial powders or complex recipes. It begins with warm water, not hot, not cold, but gently warm, like the temperature of life itself. Into that warmth goes the essence of something both cleansing and protective. the juice of a freshly squeezed lemon, and a touch of pure honey. This combination, though humble, creates an environment your heart loves. It helps cleanse your bloodstream, supports your arteries, and nourishes the cells that power every heartbeat. You see, lemon water doesn't just refresh. It reduces oxidative stress, those tiny chemical sparks that damage your heart from the inside. It balances the acid in your body, helping your blood vessels relax, allowing smoother flow. And honey, raw, unprocessed honey, it's nature's own medicine. It carries antioxidants, enzymes, and natural compounds that lower inflammation and even calm your nervous system. Together, they don't fight your heart struggles, they soothe them. But it's not only about chemistry, it's about intention. When you prepare this drink slowly, mindfully, in the quiet of morning, you send a different message to your body, a message that says, I am choosing peace today, I am choosing life. That emotional calm affects your heart as much as the drink itself. Science now proves what our ancestors already knew. Stress is the silent destroyer, and peace is the real medicine. I've watched patients who were once dependent on pills and stimulants begin their days with this small ritual, and within weeks they felt transformation. Their heartbeat steadied, their mornings became calmer. Even their mood lifted, as if their entire system sighed with relief. And the best part? This isn't a temporary fix. It's a gentle, sustainable rhythm, something your heart can depend on. Now, some might say, Doctor, can something so simple really make a difference? And I always smile, because the truth is, the heart never needed complexity. It needed care. It doesn't ask for miracles, it asks for consistency. And this drink, taken each morning before food, gives your body a chance to begin clean, supported, and awake in the healthiest way possible. But there's something even more fascinating about it, something most people overlook. When you combine this drink with the right state of mind, it amplifies the effect. The body listens not only to what you drink, but to what you believe. If you take it hurriedly while scrolling your phone, it's just water. But if you drink it with gratitude, aware that it's flowing through you to protect your heart, it becomes medicine. So tomorrow morning, when you hold that cup, don't rush. Feel the warmth. Breathe deeply. Take the first sip as a promise that you will no longer neglect your heart, no longer begin your day in chaos. Because that one choice, repeated day after day, rewires not only your body, but your life. And yet, this is only the beginning. Because while this morning drink protects your heart from within, there's another layer of healing, one that starts not in the kitchen, but in your emotions. The truth is, even the purest drink cannot protect a restless heart if the mind remains heavy. So many people live each day with quiet tension buried deep inside them. Worries about the future, regrets from the past, the constant noise of responsibility. This invisible weight presses on the heart, harder than cholesterol ever could. The arteries tighten, the rhythm falters, and before we know it, we mistake emotional pain for physical disease. That's why I tell my patients, healing begins long before medicine. It begins with stillness. And the morning drink, simple as it seems, becomes powerful when it's joined with a calm state of awareness. Imagine sitting near your window in the soft light of dawn, holding that warm cup between your hands. You take a sip, and instead of rushing to your next thought, you just breathe. In that small moment, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure softens, your nervous system whispers, you are safe. That sense of safety is more healing than most people realize. The heart thrives in calm, steady conditions. It suffers in storms of stress. The honey in your drink gently balances your blood sugar, while the lemon's antioxidants wash away the traces of yesterday's fatigue. But the real medicine lies in that quiet ritual, the one where you remind yourself that your heart deserves a peaceful beginning each day. You see, modern life teaches us to chase after health through effort. Run more, do more, buy more. But the heart is an organ of rhythm, not speed. It wants balance, not constant acceleration. That's why this morning ritual works so deeply, it slows you down just enough for your body to remember what it means to heal. And as that happens, your hormones begin to stabilize, your mood lifts, and your heart feels freer. I remember one woman, a patient in her 60s, who came to me after years of feeling weak and breathless. Every morning she drank strong coffee on an empty stomach, saying it was the only way she could function. I asked her to replace that habit with this warm lemon and honey water for just a few weeks. She hesitated. She didn't believe something so small could matter. But a month later, she returned with tears in her eyes. "Doctor," she said, "it's strange. My heart doesn't race anymore. I feel lighter." That's the quiet miracle of consistency, because the body listens, the heart listens. When you choose peace, it responds. When you begin your morning with gratitude instead of adrenaline, your heart begins to trust you again. It starts to open, to expand its rhythm naturally. And in that expansion, oxygen flows more freely. Your mind clears, your energy stabilizes. It's not magic, it's alignment between what you do, what you think, and what you feel. But here's something most people never hear. Your heart doesn't only react to what you consume, it reacts to how much love you carry for yourself. If you drink this cup while hating your body or living in guilt, the healing only reaches halfway. But if you drink it with the quiet understanding that you are worth the care you're giving yourself, that's when the real transformation begins. So when you stand there tomorrow, preparing this simple drink, let it be more than hydration. Let it be a declaration that your heart will no longer be treated like a machine that must simply keep running. It is alive. It feels your joy, your sadness, your hope. And it deserves to be protected not only with the right nutrients, but with compassion. Because the greatest medicine is not found in laboratories, it's found in the choices you repeat when no one's watching. The small rituals that whisper, "I choose life, I choose calm, I choose love." And as the days pass, you'll notice something quiet but unmistakable. Your mornings will feel different. Your heart will no longer pound to the rhythm of anxiety. It will move with steadiness, with gratitude. You'll wake up not needing energy, but already feeling alive. But there's still one final truth. Something deeper than nutrition, deeper than emotion, the ultimate reason this morning ritual protects your heart more than anything else on earth. It all comes down to connection, the invisible thread between your body, your mind, and your spirit. The heart is not just a muscle. It's an instrument that vibrates with everything you feel, every thought you hold, every intention you release. When you begin your day with care, with a quiet, mindful ritual, that vibration shifts. It moves from chaos to harmony, from survival to healing. I've seen this again and again. The people who truly protect their hearts are not always the ones with perfect diets or gym routines. They're the ones who wake up and meet the morning with gentleness. They speak kindly to themselves. They drink with purpose. They breathe before they rush. And without realizing it, they create a daily rhythm that tells their heart, "You are safe here." That's what this drink does. It's not just lemon and honey water. It's a symbol of attention. When the first thing that touches your body each morning is something pure, something chosen with love, it sets the tone for your entire day. Your arteries feel it. Your nervous system calms. Your mind begins to trust that it doesn't need to fight so hard to survive. And slowly, your heart begins to heal. Not through force, but through peace. You see, every human heart is tired of fighting. It beats through long nights of worry, through years of neglect, through moments of loneliness we rarely admit to anyone. But when you take that first sip, when the warmth flows down into your chest, you are telling your heart, "I'm here now, I'm listening." And that changes everything. Your blood pressure softens, your breathing deepens, and your mind becomes clear enough to face the world without fear. Even your emotions respond, because a calm heart cannot hold on to anger the way a stressed one does. It begins to forgive, to release, to move forward. That's why this ritual, this one quiet act, can protect your heart naturally. It's not fighting disease, it's inviting harmony. The body knows how to heal itself, we just need to give it the right environment. Every morning you start with this drink, you're building that environment. You're lowering inflammation, cleansing your blood, supporting your liver, and restoring hydration after a long night's rest. But most importantly, you're beginning your day in alignment with life's most natural rhythm. Slow, steady, grateful. So tomorrow, before the noise begins, let your morning be sacred. Pour that warm water, squeeze that lemon, stir in the honey, then pause. Watch the steam rise and think about your heart. That faithful companion that's been beating for you since before you were born. It has carried you through joy and through heartbreak, through loss, and through laughter. And still, it beats, asking only for a little care in return. And as you take that first sip, don't just think of it as something to drink. Think of it as a promise that you'll treat your heart not as something to fix when broken, but as something to cherish while it still beats strong. Because when you begin your day this way, with warmth, with calm, with gratitude, your entire life begins to change quietly from the inside out. That is the secret I wanted to share. A secret too simple for most to believe, yet powerful enough to change everything. A morning drink that doesn't just protect your heart, it reminds you to live with it. My dear friends, as you listen to these words, take a moment, place your hand gently over your heart. Feel it, that steady rhythm, that quiet pulse beneath your palm. It's been there since the beginning, working for you every second, never asking for rest, never demanding thanks. Through sleepless nights, through stress, through years of silence, it has never stopped believing in you. And maybe that's what this message was truly about. Not just a drink, but a remembrance. A reminder that healing begins when we start honoring the life that's already within us. The lemon and honey water, the warmth in the morning, they are symbols of something greater. They remind you to begin softly, to treat your body as something sacred. Because when you do, the heart responds like a child finally being held. It relaxes, it trusts, it opens. We live in a world that celebrates speed, not stillness. A world that teaches us to ignore the quiet voice within that says, slow down, breathe, care. But the truth is, longevity isn't found in the things we chase. It's found in the moments we choose to be kind to ourselves. In every warm sip that says, I am here for you, my heart, I will not forget you again. Every morning is a new chance to begin with gratitude, to forgive yourself, to let go of yesterday's noise. Each day you start this way, your heart thanks you in its own language. A lighter step, a calmer mind, a deeper peace. And one day, you'll realize that what you thought was just a simple drink was actually your way of returning home to yourself. So tomorrow morning, as dawn breaks, remember this. You are not weak. You are not late. You are alive. And your heart, that faithful companion, is ready to walk with you into another day of life. Treat it with care. Speak to it with love. And let every beat remind you that you were always meant to live, not in fear, but in peace. This is the truth your doctor may not always say, but your heart already knows. Protect it, cherish it, and begin again, one morning at a time.